Hello students, this is Dr. Utkarsha Thakre from Vidyapratishthan's Arts, Commerce and Science College, Baramati. Now we are continuing the same chapter, third lecture from the same chapter, that is ecosystem and energy flow. In the previous lecture, what we have seen, in the previous lecture, I think we have seen the process of decomposition as one of the functional aspect of ecosystem. Secondly, we also seen the uh, energy concept of energy flow, and thirdly we have seen the types of ecosystem, types of food chains. Which are the different types of food chain that we have seen in the last lecture? The different food chains are um, grazing food chain that we have seen, then the detritus food chain, and the third one is the parasitic food chain. And in the grazing food chain we have seen that in grazing food chain the producers are said to be the most important component, since they provide energy to whole living world directly or indirectly. Now these producers, uh, they are eaten up by the certain individuals called as herbivores. They form the second trophic level, and herbivores in turn are eaten up by the carnivores. So this is the diagram which depicts the grazing food chain in short. That is the grass in the form of producers, then they are eaten up by the herbivores, that is primary carnivores in the form of herbivores like deer, then cows, buffaloes, etc., etc., and they are in turn eaten by the consumers like primary consumers, secondary consumers. And this is how the food chain is depicted. Grazing food chain, very short food chain is depicted here in the flow chart. Now, depth of these components of grazing food chain. Which are the components? That is producers in the form of green photosynthetic plants, then primary consumers, secondary consumer, tertiary consumers, and so on. These are also the living components of the this grazing food chain. When these living components of this grazing food chain, they die. When they die, uh, their bodies are decomposed by the certain decomposers, and that is the beginning of the detritus food chain that we are going to discuss in this lecture. That is the detritus food chain. Now detritus food chain begins with the death of producers and the consumers. When the producers and consumers, they die, their bodies are decomposed by some certain microorganisms like fungi, like bacteria, and these microorganisms like fungi, bacteria, they are known as detritivores. त्यांना आपण काय म्हणतो? Detritivores. And the dead and decayed matter of these living beings in the form of producers and consumers is referred as a detritus. त्याला आपण detritus म्हणतो, dead bodies आणि waste material from the living beings like the producers and the consumers. That forms the detritus. And the detritus is decomposed by certain individuals. They are called as detritivores or saprophytes. ही एक टर्म, सॅप्रोफाइट ही टर्म मराठीमध्ये जे विद्यार्थी शिकले मराठी मीडियमला, त्यांनी त्याला शवोपजीवी असं म्हटलेलं आहे. शव म्हणजे मृत अवशेष, हे मृत अवशेषांवर जगणारे ते शवोपजीवी. मग त्यांना म्हणायचं आपण सॅप्रोफाइट. टेक्निकल टर्म इज सॅप्रोफाइट्स. सॅप्रोफाइट्स आर द इंडिव्हिज्युअल्स विच derive their nutrition from the dead and decaying organisms. Now these dead and decaying organisms are decomposed by the decomposers. The decomposers are heteromorphic, means they are not exactly similar to each other. They since there are different individuals are involved, like the fungi, bacteria, etc. They are the decomposers. They are also called as saprophytes, or they are also called as detritivores. Why they are not saprophytes? Because they derive their nutrition from the dead and decaying organism by degrading the bodies of the dead and decaying organism, or this what we call as detritus. हा detritus ला degrade करून हे individuals, that is fungi and bacteria, they derive their nutrition. Therefore they are called as saprophytes. So you may be asked the question like define saprophytes, or MCQ, and can also be framed over here. So you should understand the concept of saprophyte or detritivores. First of all, you should know what is detritus. It is a dead, decayed matter from the living organism. The dead, decayed matter is called as detritus. The detritus, it is degraded by certain individuals. These are called as decomposers or saprophytes or detritivores because they feed on the content with that which that is what they derive from this dead and decaying matter. Actually, they decompose these bodies or dead and decayed matter. Means what? They degrade the complex organic material within this dead and decayed material into the simple inorganic substances, and these simple inorganic substances, they are used by these bodies as their nutrition. So decomposers secrete certain enzymes and break down the dead decaying material into simple inorganic material and absorb them as their nutrition or as their food, and therefore called as detritivores or saprophytes. These saprophytes, they are that is in the detritus food chain, they are connected with the grazing food chain at certain level. So detritivores किंवा detritus food chain as a whole is connected with the grazing food chain. Why it is connected? Because the members of grazing food chain, when they die, there is beginning of the detritus food chain. So in this way, it is connected at a certain level. Now, in nature, some animals like cockroach, crows, then even the sparrows, then bears, human being, ours is the best example. We are referred as the omnivores. म्हणजे ज्याला मराठीमध्ये तुम्ही मिश्राहारी म्हणतात. का म्हणायचं मिश्राहारी? Omnivores का म्हणायचं? Because they are not strictly herbivores or strictly carnivores. They when they feed on the green photosynthetic plant, they are at the mode of herbivores. Their nutrition mode is herbivore. And when they use flesh or the dead decaying matter, even in case of cockroaches or in case of crows or sparrows, they feed on the dead insect bodies, etc., etc. So there they are no more herbivores, they are carnivores there. So they, since they they feed on the photosynthetic product as well as the dead and decaying matter or the flesh of the other individuals, they are called as omnivores. And since omnivores are there, now these are individuals like cockroaches, like the sparrows or human being, etc. They show dual mode of nutrition. On the one side they are herbivores, on the other side they are carnivores. So they form the separate isolated food chains are not existing in the nature. Nature मध्ये तुम्हाला isolated food chains दिसून येत नाही, because some produce or the carnivores are the individuals which feed on the consumers as well as they feed on the producers. The natural interconnection is seen therefore, and the food chains are not seen isolated. They are interconnected and they form a food chain. ह्या ज्या फूड चेन्स आहेत, जसं डिट्रायटस फूड चेन आहे, ग्रेझिंग फूड चेन आहे किंवा पॅरासाइट्स आता याच्यावरती जगणार आहे, डेड अँड डिकेइंग मॅटर होता, हे एका पद्धतीने सॅप्रोफाइट्स पॅरासाइट्स पण होऊ शकतात की they are not they are saprophytes, not, we will say parasites are getting the nutrition from the living bodies. So these individuals, these food chains, they are interconnected, and their components, they show dual mode of nutrition, like producers, and they feed on producers as well as on the consumers. They show they are herbivores as well as carnivores. So in nature, because of these interconnections amongst the individual, the natural food chains which are which we study here, they are not seen isolately, separately. वेगवेगळ्या ह्या सीन्स food chains आपल्याला दिसत नाही. They are interconnected and they form a food web. Now this next next topic is the 10% law. What is the 10% law? This law was proposed by R. Linderman in 1942. This is the law which gives us an idea, or which states us, which underlines the fact that when the energy transfers from one trophic level to the other trophic level, say for example, when the producers are consumed by the herbivores, the energy from the producers is transferred to the another trophic level, that is of herbivores. Producers पासून ही energy कुठे गेली? This diagram explains this law very well. Now this is a green photosynthetic plant. It traps the solar energy or fixes the solar energy in the form of joule. It is given 1000 joule of solar energy is trapped or fixed by the plant, and out of this only 100 joule is transferred to the herbivores, means the next trophic level, that is the trophic level of herbivores. Only 100 joules are joules of energy is transferred. Remaining 900 joules of energy is lost to the environment. When from the trophic level of herbivore, the energy is transferred to the next level, that is of carnivores. Once again, 90% energy is lost to the environment. Only 10% is transferred from 100 joules. Only 10 joules of energy is transferred to the carnivores, and 90 joules of energy is lost to the environment. Same will happen with the next carnivores. If it the energy is transferred further to the top level carnivores, then once again, out of 10 joule, 9 joules will be exhausted. Only 1 joule will be kept with the carnivores. 1 joule energy या ठिकाणी carnivores मध्ये राहते. This means if the series of components trophic level जर increase होत गेलं, आता ह्याच trophic level ला 1 joule energy आहे, पुढे ती झाली तर 0.1 joule वगैरे जाईल. So the energy will go on decreasing. So in nature, actually or factually, अगदी मूलतः आपण बघितलं की सत्य स्थितीकडे आपण जर गेलो तर पुढच्या ट्रॉपिक लेवल्स दे आर नॉट ऍक्च्युअली एक्झिस्टिंग इन नेचर. नेचर मध्ये ह्या ट्रॉपिक लेवल एक्झिस्ट करत नाही. कारण काय की इफ according to if we think of this 10% law, when the number of trophic level increase, the amount of energy goes on decreasing. So the top level trophic level do not have energy to be transferred. So generally the food chains, they are not so much long, or the higher trophic levels like the primary, secondary carnivores are seen, but tertiary carnivores, that level does not exist in nature. Now, what this 10% loss states? What it states that when whatever the energy is transferred, amount of energy is available, it goes on decreasing to successive trophic level, that we have seen here. From producers to herbivores to carnivore, the amount of energy goes on decreasing. The law also states that the 10% of energy transfer to each trophic level as a net energy, and remaining 90% is lost to the environment. Now, there are different trophic levels that we have seen over here, that producers, then the herbivores, then the carnivores. They are more further divided as primary carnivores, secondary carnivores, tertiary carnivore, and ultimately the top carnivores. So there are certain trophic level. When the energy is transferred to these many trophic level, it goes on decreasing. So that's why beyond the secondary level of trophic level of secondary carnivore, amount of energy available is too much less, and hence there is no tertiary carnivore exist in the nature that feed exclusively on the secondary carnivore. Even sometimes what happens, the secondary carnivores, instead of being fed on the primary carnivores, they directly feed on the herbivores. Hey, secondary carnivores, they actually primary then they should feed on the primary carnivore, but because of loss of energy at each 90% loss of energy at each trophic level, many times the secondary carnivores, they directly feed on the herbivores instead of being feed on the primary carnivores. Okay, now this is the reason why food chain do not exist in isolation. त्यामुळे आपल्याला असं दिसतं की food chains ह्या isolately म्हणजे separately की out of 3 food chains we have seen, the grazing food chain is separate आहे. त्याचा grazing food chain चा आणि detritus food chain चा कुठलाही सहसंबंध नाही असं दिसून येते. They are interlinked, they are interconnected, and when they get interconnected, they form the network of food chains that is called as food web. त्याला आपण food web म्हणतो. So but always they are interconnected to form a food web that maintains the stability of ecosystem. Now we'll switch on to the next topic, that is ecological pyramids. Now, what are ecological pyramids? If you want to study ecological pyramids, we have to know the definition of ecological pyramids. Now, ecological pyramid is nothing but a graphic representation of between the living organism and the various trophic levels with respect to biomass, energy, and the number. Graphic representation आहे कशांत सहसंबंधाबद्दल within the relationship of organism with the different trophic levels. कोणकोणत्या trophic levels आपण बघितल्या like producers, herbivores, carnivores मध्ये primary carnivores, secondary carnivores, tertiary carnivores, etc. How these different trophic levels, what is the relationship of different trophic level and individuals involved in this trophic level with respect to the energy content, with respect to the biomass produced by them, with respect to the number of these individuals at each trophic level. Okay, now accordingly there are three different types of ecological pyramids as by pyramid of energy, pyramid of biomass, and pyramids of number. Now we are regularly using the word pyramid. So what do you mean by pyramid? Pyramid is such a structure which is broader at the base and gradually narrow towards the apex, just like a triangle which is broader, base of the triangle is broad and it goes on decreasing towards the apex. Like that the pyramids, they appear. So pyramids are the structures which are broader at the base and gradually tapers or narrow towards the apex. They appear like the inverted cone-like structure. This concept was developed by the environmentalist, that is C. Ilton in 1927. अशा प्रकारचे energy pyramids किंवा biomass pyramids, number pyramids exist. They exist in the nature. Now, base of each pyramid, if you we have seen that pyramids have a broader base just like a triangle and that goes on decreasing towards the apex. Now which and this occupies the different, this triangular or this cone like structure occupies a different trophic level. Which trophic level is at the base and towards the broader base? That is the trophic level of producers. Very first trophic level of producer is present, occupies the base of the pyramid. Pyramidचा base हा producer या trophic levelचा असतो. And apex is occupied by the top level carnivores. Top level carnivores हे apex ला असतात, which are that means आता apex ला असतात म्हणजे most narrowed part. That means their energy content is less, their biomass content is less, number is also less. And comparatively producers अत्यंत broader area occupy करतात. कोणचा, that means their number is more, their energy content is more, and their biomass content is also more. Okay, now if any calculations of the energy content or the biomass or the numbers has, we have to include all the organism present at the trophic level. पहिल्या ट्रॉपिक लेवल असेल, सेकंड असेल, थर्ड असेल, त्या ट्रॉपिक लेवलच्या ऑल इंडिव्हिज्युअल्सचा समावेश आपल्याला बायोमास कॅल्क्युलेट करताना किंवा नंबर त्यांचा कॅल्क्युलेट करताना किंवा एनर्जी कंटेंट कॅल्क्युलेट करताना वी हॅव टू कन्सिडर द टोटल नंबर ऑफ इंडिव्हिज्युअल प्रेझेंट इन दॅट ट्रॉपिक लेवल. म्हणजे प्रोड्युसर ही ट्रॉपिक लेवल असेल की किती नंबर ऑफ प्रोड्युसर्स आहेत आणि किती बायोमास तयार केला, किती एनर्जी कंटेंट त्यांनी अक्युम्युलेट केली. In this way you have to consider. Okay, now you can see the pyramid. This is the pyramid with a broader base that occupied by the producers, the lowermost layer, that is producer. I have seen, this is the pyramid of biomass, and I have seen here the two figures for the biomass. Just to underline the fact, many times what the students do, generally they want to mug up the figures. When they mug up the figure, they always, if in the textbook, say for example 900 kg, 100 kg, 50 kg, and 10 kg are the figures given, they used to mug up. Actually that is not the concept. What you have to show that the producers, they produce largest amount of the biomass. That amount may be 900 kg or maybe 1000 kg or 10,000 kg. Like the point of concern is you should show it gradually decreasing towards the apical or conical apex of this pyramid. Pyramid च्या apex ला हळूहळू ही जी बायोमास चा अमाउंट आहे तो डिक्रीजिंग होत गेला पाहिजे at a certain level. That is only the concern. ती एकच गोष्ट तुम्ही लक्षात ठेवायची आहे की इथे बघा 900 kg दाखवलं, 100 kg, मग 50 kg and 10 kg. And here it is 1000 kg, पुन्हा 10% कमी केला, 100 kg 10% कमी, 10 kg, 1 kg वर अजून एखादी ट्रॉपिक लेवल दाखवली असती तर मग तो 0.1 kg आला असता. Okay, so the biomass is being decreased towards the apex. If it happens like this, then and then only the pyramid will be upright. तरच तो pyramid अशा पद्धतीने upright आपल्याला दिसणार आहे. Actually it is not triangular, it is like this. This is a pyramid. Okay, now in this way we have seen the pyramid of biomass. Now we'll see some certain facts regarding the pyramids. There are different three types that we have seen, that by pyramid of biomass, pyramid of number, and pyramid of energy. Now these three different types of pyramids are seen. Now in the pyramids, always all these three types of pyramid, means biomass, number, and energy pyramids. All these three types of pyramids, they are most probably they are upright. And if they are upright, it indicates that the ecosystem is well balanced. काय indicate जेव्हा हे तिन्ही pyramids हे upright असतात, असे सरळ असतात, तर इन्व्हर्टेड असत नाहीत, आणि सगळेचे सगळे पिरॅमिड्स जर अपराईट असतील तर ती इकोसिस्टीम कशी असते? इट इज अ वेल बॅलन्स्ड इकोसिस्टीम. सो इन द वेल बॅलन्स्ड इकोसिस्टीम, द pyramid, all the three pyramids, that is pyramid of biomass, pyramid of number, and pyramid of energy, they are found to be upright. If one or the other pyramid is found to be inverted, याच्या opposite, means the broader end towards the upper side and the narrowing end towards the lower side, म्हणजे पूर्णपणे उलटा किंवा सुलटा कोण म्हणूया आपण, असं जर ते दिसलं, इन्व्हर्टेड जर पिरॅमिड जर आपल्याला दिसून आले, तर that indicates that the ecosystem is not balanced. Somewhere there is a damage to the balance of ecosystem. Why they appear upright? They appear upright because the basic level, that is the producers, are more in number and biomass than the herbivores. Producers ची संख्या, त्यांचा बायोमास हा 100% नंतरच्या ट्रॉपिक लेवल पेक्षा, म्हणजे हर्बिओर्स पेक्षा जास्त असतो. The number and the biomass of these producers is more than the herbivores. Same is the case that the herbivores, the number of individuals and biomass produced by the herbivores is more as compared to carnivores. Number of individuals of carnivores and their biomass is once again more as compared to the higher level, that is the top carnivore. Means the number and biomass going on decreasing towards the apex, and then only the pyramids appear inverted. Now we'll see the definitions of different types of pyramids. हा different types of pyramids ची definition आपण कशी करायची? The number pyramids चा पुन्हा एक sketch figure आपण इथे घेतली. We have seen that there are three different pyramids. How to define each of? We have defined the pyramid as a in general, we have defined pyramid as the relationship between, or it is a graphic representation which show the relationship between the organism and the trophic level with respect to different, with respect to energy, biomass, and the number. That was the generalized definition of pyramids. Now, if you want to define it separately, what is the number pyramid? What is the biomass pyramid? What is the energy pyramid? Now, one pro forma can be used for the definition. Say, for example, very first definition we'll see the relative number of individuals as per the unit area at different trophic levels forms the number of pyramid. म्हणजे individuals का number, relative number in per unit area at a particular trophic level forms that number of pyramid. आता ह्याच्यामध्ये काय करायचं का रिलेटिव्ह नंतर नंबर इज सबस्टिट्युटेड बाय द बायोमास प्रोड्यूस, तर डेफिनेशन कशाची येणार? बायोमास पिरामिडची. इफ द नंबर इज सबस्टिट्युटेड बाय द अमाउंट ऑफ एनर्जी अक्युमुलेटेड, द डेफिनेशन विल बी ऑफ एनर्जी पिरामिड. सी हाऊ. पहिली डेफिनेशन काय बघितली आपण? द रिलेटिव्ह नंबर ऑफ इंडिव्हिज्युअल्स पर युनिट एरिया ॲट अ डिफरंट ट्रॉपिक लेवल कॉन्स्टिट्यूट्स ऑर फॉर्म्स द नंबर पिरामिड. सेकंड डेफिनेशन आता बायोमासची बघायची आहे. पुन्हा आपण इथेच गेलो. द रिलेटिव्ह नंबरच्या ऐवजी काय म्हणू? बायोमास प्रोड्युस्ड बाय द इंडिव्हिज्युअल्स per unit area at a different trophic level forms the biomass pyramid. Then thirdly, the relative amount of energy, नंबरच्या ऐवजी काय म्हणू? Energy accumulated by the individuals per unit area at a different trophic level is called as energy pyramid. In this way, you can define the different pyramids. Okay. Now, we have seen that generally the pyramids are upright. All the three types of pyramids, they are upright. And when they are upright, the ecosystem is balanced ecosystem, well-balanced ecosystem. But sometimes when there is the ecosystem is not well balanced, there are certain exceptions when the ecosystem of sorry, not ecosystem, the pyramids being seen upright, they appear inverted. And out of three, only in case of the two pyramid, this happens. Out of three pyramids, only in case of two pyramids, it happens that the pyramid appears inverted. For example, the pyramid of number and pyramid of biomass. These are the two pyramids where sometimes they may, or exceptionally, they may appear inverted. कोणते दोन हे लक्षात ठेवायचं आहे तुम्ही, की कुठले दोन पिरामिड्स कधी एक्सेप्शनली अभावाने की ते instead of being upright, they may appear inverted. Which are the two pyramids? Instead of out of three, they are the pyramid of number and pyramid of biomass. You should take a note of this point, that only a pyramid of biomass and pyramid of number may be seen inverted in certain exceptional condition. That means, what about the third one, which is left now? The third one left is the pyramid of energy. It is never inverted. It is always upright. Here also MCQ can be framed. कुठले दोन पिरामिड एक्सेप्शनली इन्व्हर्टेड असू शकतात आणि कुठला एक पिरामिड हा कधीही इन्व्हर्टेड असत नाही. कधी इन्व्हर्टेड नसणारा तुम्ही लक्षात ठेवला की दोघांचा आपोआप राहील. सो यू हॅव टू कीप इन माइंड that the energy pyramid is never seen inverted. Energy pyramid हा कधीही inverted असत नाही. So no question. आता राहिलेले दोन pyramids आहे, when they are seen inverted, two examples are cited over here. In the oceanic ecosystem, the biomass pyramid appears inverted. ओशनिक इकोसिस्टम मध्ये बायोमास पिरामिड हा इन्व्हर्टेड दिसून येतो. आता कशा पद्धतीने, से फॉर एक्झाम्पल, इन्व्हर्टेड म्हणजे आता आपण जो दाखवला त्याच्या उलट, इट अपियर्स लाईक अ स्ट्रेट कोन. इन्व्हर्टेड कोनच्या ऐवजी स्ट्रेट कोन सारखा तो दिसतो. तर अशी का दिसते? कारण आपण जेव्हा इट अपियर्स without inverted means it appears a cone like or straight. Why? Because at the broader base there is presence of producers. But you think of the ocean. आपण समुद्राचा विचार केला तर प्रोड्युसर्स तुम्हाला फार मोठ्या प्रमाणात समुद्रामध्ये दिसतात का? त्या समुद्र फार मोठा पसरला आणि त्याच्यामध्ये पूर्ण ग्रीन फोटोसिंथेटिक इंडिव्हिज्युअल्स आहेत. यू कॅन नॉट सी द ग्रीन फोटोसिंथेटिक इंडिव्हिज्युअल्स ऑन द सरफेस ऑफ सी, or even with at the certain below the certain levels of below, at a certain distance below the water level. You cannot see the producers at a larger. On the contrary, the producers are very few in number, mostly at the bottom of the sea. Because sea shows high tides and low tides, सतत लाटा आपल्या समुद्रावरती असतात आणि याच्यामध्ये कधी producers, they does not exist. Some of the producers may be present here at the bottom of the sea, and their number and biomass is very few. So they occupy that narrow area of the pyramid. Pyramidचा narrow area हा producers नसतो, just opposite. And major large size fishes like the what we call as whales, they form the base of the ecosystem. That form the base of the pyramid. That's why the pyramid appear inverted. Base ला whales म्हणजे टॉपमोस्ट पोझिशन हा ब्रॉड दिसतो, त्याच्यामध्ये वेल्स. मग त्याच्यानंतरचा ट्रॉपिक लेवल तो येतो स्मॉल फिशेसचा, which are eaten up by the larger fishes like whales, that their number is comparatively less, and biomass especially there is less. So you have seen the whales, they are अजस्त्र असतात, त्या लार्ज असतात, त्यांचा बायोमास कमी असतो. त्यांच्यापेक्षा स्मॉल फिशेस ज्यांच्यावरती जगतात त्यांचा बायोमास त्यांच्यापेक्षा कमी असतो. सो ग्रॅज्युअली अँड लीस्ट बायोमास असणारे ते म्हणजे ग्रीन फोटोसिंथेटिक इंडिव्हिज्युअल्स जे आपल्याला समुद्रामध्ये दिसतात. आणि म्हणून मग समुद्रामध्ये ओशनिक इकोसिस्टम मध्ये जी इकोसिस्टीम असते ती कशी असते, सॉरी, द पिरामिड बायोमास appears inverted. Okay, similar is the case in case of number pyramid sometimes appear inverted. If you plot the number pyramid of a single tree, एकच ट्री कन्सिडर केली, आता वी आर कन्सिडरिंग सिंगल ट्री, पण नंबर मध्ये त्याचा नंबर किती येतो, एक, ओनली वन. सो लिस्ट नंबर ऑफ द प्लांट्सचा नंबर आला लिस्ट एक, तो येईल टॉपला. नंतर मग त्याच्यावरचे आपण बर्ड्स बघितले तर बर्ड्सचा नंबर येईल, त्याच्यावर असंख्य बर्ड्स असतात त्यांचा नंबर थोडा जास्त येईल, isn't it? त्याच्यानंतर त्या बर्ड्स कशावर जातात, दे इट द इन्सेक्ट फ्रॉम द बर्ड्स, देअर नंबर मोर वन्स अगेन इन्क्रीज. मग पुढे पुढे ब्रॉड होईल तो pyramid and showing more number of insects and parasites on birds, their number is still more. मग सगळ्यात जास्त नंबर parasites दिसेल. In this way, the number of producers they will occupy the topmost position, being the less number at the narrow end. And towards the broader end, there will be parasites on the bird. Then the second trophic level will be of insect, and third trophic level will be of birds, and fourth trophic level topmost, which is at the narrowest tapering part, that is of plant. And here the number pyramid appears in the inverted form. Okay, these are the exceptions we have seen. Now we'll see the third type of pyramid, that is energy pyramid, which never appears inverted. Ha energy pyramid कधीही inverted दिसून येत नाही. Why? Because we have seen in the 10% law that the energy content always goes on reducing as per the trophic levels are added. जितक्या trophic levels एखाद्या food chain मध्ये पुढे पुढे add होतात, तशा तशा energy content हा काय होत जातो, कमी कमी होत जातो. The basic level is of producers produce large amount of energy, that say for example 100%, because we know it well that the producers, they are the individuals, green photosynthetic individuals are referred as producers. म्हणजे निर्माते त्यांना का म्हटलं जातं, because they provide food to the whole living world directly or indirectly. Herbivores, they directly feed on the producers, and the carnivores, they indirectly feed on the producers, because they eat the herbivores which feed on the producers, and therefore indirectly they are also dependent on the producers. So producers are considered as are having the prime importance in the food chains, and they occupy the basal part of the pyramid. Now they produce largest amount of energy, since they have to provide the food or energy to whole living world. So 100% of energy is produced by the producers. Now some certain amount of energy is transferred to the next trophic level, that is a primary consumer. From primary consumer, the energy 10% of energy is passed on to the secondary consumer. From secondary consumer, the energy passes to the top level carnivores, that is the tertiary consumers. Now you see the 10% loss, 10%, 100%, एक शून्य काढला, 10%, एक शून्य काढला, 1%, पुन्हा एक शून्य काढला, म्हणजे पॉइंट मध्ये येईल 0.1%. The energy goes on decreasing towards the apex, always from base to the apex. So always the energy pyramid is always upright, and it is never inverted, and kadhis to inverted asat nahi, because the energy level goes on decreasing as the energy tropic levels they increases. In small food chains, more energy is available than the longer food chain. Food chain, longer food chain मध्ये energy कमी असते. Why? Because food chain जसं longer food chain मध्ये tropic levels जास्त असतील, आणि ट्रॉपिक लेवल एका ट्रॉपिक लेवलला दुसऱ्या ट्रॉपिक लेवलला गेले 10% एनर्जी ट्रान्सफर होते, 90% इज लॉस. इफ द चेन इन्क्रीजेस, चेन गोज ऑन इन्क्रीजिंग, इथपर्यंत एक ट्रॉपिक लेवल आहे, पुन्हा एक ट्रॉपिक लेवल केली तर ती किती होणार, पुन्हा 0.01 or not 1, not 1. In this way, the energy will go on decreasing, and it is not practically possible. इतकी लेस्ट अमाऊंट ऑफ एनर्जी वरती नंतरच्या ट्रॉपिक लेवलचे इंडिव्हिज्युअल जगू शकणार नाही. तर खरं म्हणजे हे लिटरली पॉसिबल पण नाही, आणि म्हणूनच कारण काय की लॉंगर फूड चेन मध्ये एनर्जी कंटेंट टॉपर ट्रॉपिक लेवलला अत्यंत कमी असतो, आणि त्याच छोट्या फूड चेन असतील त्या तीनच ट्रॉपिक लेवल 1, 2 and 3 म्हणजे मीन्स प्रोड्युसर्स, प्रायमरी कंझ्युमर आणि सेकंडरी कंझ्युमर, तर एनर्जी कंटेंट कम्पॅरेटिव्हली जास्त असेल. चौथी फूड चेन ऍड झाली तर या ठिकाणी एनर्जी कंटेंट हा कमी झालेला आहे. इन दिस वे, in the longer food chain, the energy content is less as compared to the food chains which are smaller. Now there are certain limitations to ecological pyramids. हे जे 3 प्रकारचे ecological pyramids बघितले, त्यामध्ये काही लिमिटेशन्स पण आहेत. त्याच्यामध्ये काही लिमिटेशन्स आहेत. कोणते लिमिटेशन्स आहेत, काय ड्रॉबॅक्स आहेत पिरॅमिड्सचे? दॅट दे अज्युम द सिम्पल फूड चेन्स ओनली. फक्त सिम्पल फूड चेन्स ते अज्युम करतात, विच नेव्हर एक्झिस्ट इन द नेचर. ज्या कधीही अशा सिम्पल फूड चेन कधी नेचरमध्ये दिसू शकत नाहीत, अशा प्रकारे सिम्पल फूड चेन पिरॅमिड्स अज्युम करतात. ऍक्च्युअली नेव्हर एक्झिस्ट असं का म्हटलेलं आहे? बिकॉज दे आर इंटरकनेक्टेड, दे फॉर्म अ फूड वेब. आयसोलेटेड फूड चेन्स निसर्गामध्ये अस्तित्वात असत नाही, पण पिरॅमिड्स मध्ये तो कन्सेप्ट अज्युम केलेला आहे. इट डज नॉट अकोमोडेट द फूड चेन. त्यांनी छोट्या छोट्या फूड चेन अज्युम केलेल्या असल्यामुळे त्यांनी फूड वेब हा कन्सेप्ट त्या ठिकाणी कन्सिडर केला आहे. दे डू नॉट अकोमोडेट द फूड चेन. फक्त छोट्या छोट्या फूड चेन्स ज्यांच्यापासून जी फूड वेब तयार होते ती त्या ठिकाणी पिरॅमिड्स मध्ये डेपिक्ट केलेली आपल्याला दिसत नाही. सो दे assume the simple food chain and they do not accommodate a food web. Okay. Saprophytes, they don't have any place in the ecological pyramids, though the saprophytes, they play a key role or vital role. Vital means very important role. Saprophytes अत्यंत महत्वाचा role आहे, that we have seen in the detritus food chain. कि saprophytes, they decompose the dead and decaying matter of the living bodies after their death. So that is the most important. And then the nutrients, they are recycled back to the nature by the saprophytes. So that is the very important role of the saprophytes. But these ecological pyramids, they don't show any place. They don't show any place for the saprophytes in the pyramids. Then the next one is a given species may occupy more than trophic level. एखादी species एकापेक्षा जास्त trophic level मध्ये दिसून येते. For that we have already discussed in the previous slide. That say for example sparrow, when it feed on the grains, जेव्हा ती दाणे टिपते, चिमणी जेव्हा दाणे टिपते तेव्हा ती कशी असते? ती हर्बिव्हरस असते. आणि जेव्हा ती वर्म्स किंवा से फॉर अर्थवर्म्स, इन्सेक्ट्स यांना खाते त्यावेळेला ती कशी असते? ती कार्निव्हरस असते. म्हणजे ती एकाच वेळेला 2 ट्रॉपिक लेवलला जाते. एक हर्बिव्हरसची पहिली म्हणजे सेकंड ट्रॉपिक लेवल, आणि ती जेव्हा कार्निव्हरस मोडला जाते तेव्हा ती थर्ड ट्रॉपिक लेवलला जाते. सो द सेम इंडिव्हिज्युअल occupies the 2 trophic level at a time. किंवा human being बघा, we are herbivores basically. So when we feed on the vegetables or grains, we occupy the first trophic level, that is of herbivore. And when we enjoy the non-vegetarian food, we switch on to the next trophic level of carnivores, isn't it? So this is what the limitation of the ecological pyramid, that some species occupy more than one trophic level, they in the same ecosystem. At the same time, the example of sparrow is given, that at the same time sparrow primarily consumes or eat the seeds, fruits, etc., and secondarily it also eat the insect and the worms. So at a time it shows the two, it is occupying the 2 trophic level. I think here we should stop. Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay.